Alright, so what's up everyone? Now welcome back to the channel. Now today we're having a little bit of a discussion because recently we've had some rumors about Sledgehammer Games making the next Call of Duty game, and this is all coming from a single tweet that they made, which I find to be kind of ridiculous, to be honest, if you want my honest opinion. But a lot of people have been talking lately about Sledgehammer making the next Call of Duty game in 2021. We've had people saying there's going to be World War 3 or Advanced Warfare 2. And today we're just going to be discussing everything. We're going to be talking about my opinions on this. If I would like this, if I wouldn't like this. And if they'd actually be making the next Call of Duty games. I feel like it's a bit of a stretch. But just before we do get into the video, if you are new around here, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I do upload Call of Duty content on a regular basis, whether that's to do with Cold War, if it's to do with future content. You know, I'll make loads of videos like tips and tricks videos, discussions, you know, basically just everything surrounding CoD. So if that sounds interesting to you, then make sure you subscribe. Let's just get right into the video. So this entire discussion stemmed from a single tweet from Sledgehammer Games, and you're seeing it on screen now. So they said, power off, power on. Let's try this again. Happy New Year. Now, a lot of people have kind of taken this the wrong way, I feel. You know, there's a load of people saying that it's Advanced Warfare 2. They're talking about, you know, they're saying that they're making the next Call of Duty game, and I just don't think that's true. I mean, we saw that they were going to make this year's CoD, Black Ops Cold War. They were supposed to be making this game 2020, but they got kicked out, essentially, because the whole project was a train wreck, essentially. Them and Raven were supposed to be, you know, leading the project, and they basically just got kicked out, and Treyarch took over, and Sledgehammer kind of got relegated as a support team, and I don't think they would be then promoted to the sort of, you know, spearhead of the next Call of Duty. I feel like that's a bit ridiculous, especially because, as well, they wouldn't have had enough time. That's what people don't think about, because if it was to release this year, let's say, and they were working on this CoD up until, I don't know, like a few months ago, let's say, because, you know, they would still be working on this game. They couldn't be working on Black Ops Cold War and their own game in time for it to launch next year. If they were to do that, then it would launch as a buggy, incomplete mess, sort of like Black Ops Cold War, actually. But I just don't think they've had enough time to actually make a full game. Like, you know, especially with all the pandemic stuff going on, there's not been enough time for them to make a full game. And I just honestly think that this is them saying Happy New Year, as they literally say. I'm pretty sure it's just them saying, you know, power off, power on, you know, let's start again, because 2020 was such a shitty year. I feel like this is their way of saying, let's forget about that and let's try again. Let's actually have a good year this year. And I feel like that's what they were kind of referring to. It's not like some, you know, hidden deep message that they're making the next Call of Duty game. I just think that's way too far-fetched. But let's say in some crazy universe, this is them announcing that they're making the next Call of Duty game. What would it be? So we've seen two main things that people have been talking about. That's Advanced Warfare 2 and World War 3. Now, what do I think about both of these? So I feel like if they were to release either of them, obviously Advanced Warfare would be the jetpack Call of Duty game like the first one was. I feel like World War 3 could also be a jetpack CoD. It's not entirely possible. I mean, you know, World War 3 could be in the next, like, 5-10 years, let's say. It almost happened in 2020, actually, funny enough. But I just think that if they were to make a Call of Duty game, I could see Sledgehammer making another jetpack game. So I would lean more towards Advanced Warfare 2. If not, they could just be going for another sub-series kind of deal, because we've seen that a lot throughout the past decade, to be honest, with Call of Duty. We've seen Treyarch have always stuck to the Black Ops IP, but ever since Modern Warfare 3, Infinity Ward have not stuck to Modern Warfare up until the most recent game, which was Modern Warfare. They've always done, like, they did Ghosts and Infinite Warfare, and I feel like that's what Sledgehammer are trying to do as well. They're trying, you know, stray away from the popular stuff and just kind of make like a new sub-series. If they didn't, and they did an Advanced Warfare 2, I would actually be down for that, because I think Advanced Warfare is a very underrated game. I would say it's a lot better than people say. Obviously, there were a lot of issues surrounding it, you know, the main thing being supply drops, but I think overall, that game is actually pretty good. And if they made a sequel, I would be down for that, because, like I said, I thought it was actually a good game. But I just don't think Sledgehammer, if you want my honest opinion, are that good at making CoD games. Because Advanced Warfare, yeah, I do think it's a bit underrated, but I don't think it's anywhere near as good as some of, like, the top tier CoD games, or even, like, some of the recent CoD games we've had. And World War 2, that was just abysmally bad. I'm sorry, I just hate World War II with a passion, and it's probably my least favorite Call of Duty game in history. So I feel like after they made that, I was sort of relieved to know that they weren't making the next one. And I think the most likely option that's going to happen from all this is Sledgehammer going to stay as a supporting dev team, and we could see a return to the 2-year cycle that we had before Sledgehammer released Advanced Warfare. So if you didn't know, before that, we always had a 2-year cycle of Treyarch making the game, and then Infinity Ward, and then Treyarch, then Infinity Ward, and then Sledgehammer came in. So then we had a 3-year cycle. We had Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer. I don't think that's the actual order, but, you know, we had a 3-year cycle for games, basically. And now that Sledgehammer's been relegated to a support team, I would say that we either go back to a 2-year cycle, or, hear me out here, maybe Raven takes Sledgehammer's spot, and we go back to a 3-year cycle. I would love to see that, to be honest, because I think Raven have done, you know, incredible jobs on what they have done on CoD so far. If you didn't know, they made Call of Duty Online, which is the Chinese game. They did MWR, they did MW2 campaign remastered. They worked on Warzone quite a lot. All the stuff that they've done so far has been really good and really well received. So if Raven were to make an entire Call of Duty game, I would be down for that, because Raven have done a good job. They've done a good job with everything they've touched so far, and to see a CoD game from them would be really interesting. So that's about all my thoughts on this whole situation. I don't think Sledgehammer are making a new CoD game. I think this is just them saying Happy New Year, as they literally said in the tweet. I think people are looking too much into this. It's too early to even tell what the next CoD game is. This game has been out for almost 2 months now, which is actually mad to think about, to be honest. But this game has been out for almost 2 months now, and, you know, we're nowhere near the end of this year's life cycle. We're not even started on this game's life cycle. So I think people need to just forget about it, stay focused on this year, and then once we get into the time where we actually start to get leaks and reveals and stuff, which is usually around that May or June time, then is when we should start theorizing on it, because it's too early to be talking about this. But with that, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, and also subscribe for the channel for more Call of Duty content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.